Hello, it's Rebecca here, Heart, Energy and Love Coach. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with the work of Chuck Spezzano, but he talks about the different stages of relationships. So I wanted to take you quickly through them, and I mean really quickly, high level. The first stage of a relationship, of course, is that romance stage, you know, where you've got your rose-tinted glasses on, you see them through the eyes of love, they can't do any wrong, you just see how much of a bright future you're going to have together. You know that stage? Can't get enough of each other, hang on every word of what they say. And that doesn't last, does it? And it's unrealistic to think it will last, because it then takes you on to the next level. Now, the next level of the relationship is the power struggle. You're probably familiar with this already. I know I am. And I know in my relationships in the past, that's where my relationship ended. This is where all the traumas come up from your past. Now, if you thought a relationship was to make you happy, I'm just going to knock that on the head and tell you, relationships are all about healing. They're all about healing and growth, and of course, happiness as well. So at this stage of the power struggle, you're very, very focused on you and getting your needs met from the other person. And what happens is you start to power struggle together because you're both doing the same thing. You're both trying to get your needs met. And what happens is it triggers old traumas from the past. So, for example, if you had a father who was particularly aggressive, or a mum that was particularly controlling, for example, they will trigger that in you. They will either become really controlling, or they will bring up a behaviour in you that becomes controlling, or they will show a temper, for example. So the bubble bursts, that wonderful, rose-tinted glasses come off, and you start to see the relationship as you believe it to be. But remember, it's just triggering what's in you outwardly in the relationship for you to come and heal it. Now, so this goes on and you do the healing work, and this is some of the things that I teach. Well, most of the things that I teach in Attractive Love, it is about healing before you get into the relationship, which is really great, right? So then the third stage is the dead zone. Now, I think you know what I mean, right? You know, that flatness. You've had all the wonderful excitement at the beginning, then you've had all the drama of the power struggle, and then you hit and it's flat, tumbleweed. Now, a lot of relationships actually stay in this dead zone, and they see it as their new normal. They just say, oh, this is the way it is, which is quite sad. Or they know that they've got a problem, but they just don't know what the solution is to come out of it. Or they know there's a problem, but they don't want to go through the solution because there's a sabotaging part of them that says, you're safe here. You don't want to go to the next step, because the next step is partnership. Now, partnership is actually letting go of the me bit in the relationship, because the first three stages, believe it or not, are about you and how you're showing up in the relationship, as in trying to get your needs met. The next level is about the partnership. It's about you both in the relationship. And by now, a lot of the healing has taken place. So you are in a place where it's more about what you're putting into the relationship and the investment in the relationship. You're starting to see each other and the value that you give to the relationship and to each other. And it's less about you and more about the us. And then the last stage, which not that many relationships get to actually, is what's called the leadership stage in Chuck Spezzano's work. I call it the spiritual stage, because it's more of a level where you're no longer focused at all on your own needs, because you're getting your own needs met yourself. You're in a place of self-love, and so you're unconditionally giving to the relationship. There's an unconditional love. And you understand that you're there for each other's spiritual growth and development. And that doesn't mean you don't challenge each other. You know, you might say something with unconditional love that might be a bit of a to the other person, but that's good, because that's about their growth. And when you're in this place, in this part of the relationship, it's no longer about consciously doing the work on yourself and looking at how you're showing up in the relationship. It just unfolds with ease and grace. It's like this beautiful love that just keeps growing and expanding and growing and expanding. And it really is lovely. Now, at any stage of these stages, if you like, a relationship can break up. So it could be at the second stage, the power struggle, that's quite common. It could be at the dead zone. you know, maybe one of you has an affair, or maybe one of you decides that you want to withdraw and have some space, and the other person doesn't allow that to happen, and, you know, pushes the relationship forward, wanting it to go to the next stage quicker than it needs to, which can also dissolve the relationship. And sometimes a relationship is just for healing, and it isn't meant to get to the next stage. So you might get through the dead zone and then realize actually you need to go your separate ways. So I hope you found this useful. As I say, this is from the teachings of Chuck Spezzano. When I first heard this made so much sense to me, and I hope it has done for you as well. And if you like this video, please feel free to share it, and to pop a little like on it, a love heart on it, so it reaches more people. And, you know, I really want to help people in relationships. So even if this is just one little light bulb moment to somebody who's currently struggling in a relationship or is struggling to attract love, then I would love them to see this.